Hey there, everyone. I'm Fionuala. I live, work, and garden in beautiful Zone 9B. I'm a little outside of Petaluma, California. It's the very end of November. It's cold, it's chilly, but I figured today's the day to make a floral arrangement to represent everything I love about fall. So I started picking some greenery and fillers and all sorts of stuff at my house this morning. You'll see that in just a minute. And right now I'm at Cottage Gardens, and we're going to go forage for some more ingredients to this flower arrangement. So without further ado, let's get going. All right, everybody, it is the very end of November, and I want to make a floral arrangement for the middle of my table here at home. So I have a lot of different things growing in my garden. I do not want to go buy a bunch of flowers that might have got shipped in from somewhere else entirely. So let's see what I can find from my own garden, and a little bit later when I go on into cottage, so that I can put together an amazing floral arrangement. Come with me up to the garden. Let's start there. I have one idea, so we're going to start there first. I'm going to go check out my pomegranate tree because I kind of picture a really nice little spray of pomegranates coming out the side. I'm spotting a couple other things along the way, but let's start there. Oh yeah, there are definitely a few ingredients in here. Have a look. Look at the pomegranates. Now it's rained a little bit, so some of my pomegranates are split, but I think like these little guys are going to be really great in the arrangement. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I've got my alstroemeria, which have the most perfect fall colors. Look at this one. This is, I still don't know if this is going to be the centerpiece of the whole arrangement or what, but this is such an amazing plant that blooms almost all the time. And it's still blooming now, and it's almost December. Coprosma, more great fall colors. I'm going to cut a bit of this, stick it in my trusty bucket, and let's see if I add this one in. I'm going to take a whole big branch of it because it needs pruning anyway. And I have an idea of what I want my arrangement to look like as a finished product. So I'm choosing something that does some draping over here. Then again, this idea I've got now may not actually be what happens in the end. I kind of let the ingredients dictate how it's going to end up looking. Anyway, let's see what happens. All right, a little more greenery here. I'm going to grab some olive because I love the color contrast. I think it's going to go great. And we're going to bring it into cottage and see what else I find when I'm in there. Put it all together a little bit later on. I'm going to cut some nice big lengths just to give myself options. Ooh, there's one with an olive on it. I'm going to get that too. All right. Hey. I'm in the chicken area of the yard, and they're very curious about this, especially the pomegranates. All right, it being almost December, I think I better add some conifer foliage in there too. This is my cedar. I love it dearly. I'm going to pick a few sprays of this. It's kind of hard to see what's what because a lot of leaves from my liquid amber have fallen on it. And I want to make sure I don't cut any branches that are like vital to its beauty. Okay, here's one more bit of greenery I think I'm going to bring with me today. This is my little Wilma cypress. Smells great. The color is great. I'm going to bring it along so I have some options. I'm just having another quick look around in case there's anything else I need to bring along with me before I head into work. And I think maybe, just maybe, I should bring some of this gorgeous aeonium. Because if I don't find any centerpiece flowers, I think they're going to really, really pop. And maybe some rosemary too. There's some marigolds up here that are still blooming. I'm going to check them out and see if they're still good enough to stick in a flower arrangement. Look at them. Oh, definitely, I can get some. It is November, the very, very end. They're still blooming because we have such a great climate. Some of them are kind of tired, but I'm going to pick the good ones. And anything that doesn't look so good just gets a little snip off. At home, I found a lot of fillers and a lot of greenery, but I've been missing that intense central fall flower. I think this is going to do it. This is coral bells or heuchera. They're a little too pink for the arrangement I'm planning on, but they would make an incredibly gorgeous little filler if I decided to do it. I'm going to walk right past them. You know, I like the look of these. This is chondropetalum. It's a restio, kind of a grass, not really, but I'm thinking a couple of these might look really, really great in an arrangement. So I'm robbing from one of the plants I have for sale here just to get a few because I think it's going to be really pretty. And that's the thing about making a flower arrangement. I have an idea of what I think I want to see at the end, but as I walk around my garden, as I walk around here, my ideas start changing and morphing into something a little bit different. I'm getting inspired by the flowers and the greenery and the growth that's happening around me, rather than just deciding, I need this, I need that. I did not know I was going to use these. But let's go see what else I can find. These are so pretty, and they're exactly in the color scheme that I'm looking for. They're a little on the older side, but little pops of color exactly in the color range I'm looking for. So I'm going to bring some of these along with me and see what I can do with them. Okay, we're getting there. Nice to get some really tall vertical going. I have a couple of different containers picked out. Haven't decided which one I'm actually going to use. Maybe I'll use both. I'm literally making this up as I go along and getting inspired by what I'm seeing. And, you know, let's see what happens. I'm really, really tempted by the buddleia over here, the bicolor, because it's got autumnal colors and there's pink and there's purple in it. But then I saw this golden glow and I think this is the one. I think so. I feel bad robbing a plant that is literally here for sale, but this is so spectacular, I think I gotta do it. We'll just call this pruning. And there we go. My pollinator garden's a little tired, but I'm looking to see if there's any Coco Loco roses at all that I can use, not at the end of November. We've had really cold weather the last couple of days, and it's kind of frozen the flowers, the roses, that they're just not so happy looking. But I think for this late fall arrangement, I've got some really, really good choices. One more thing, I just might want to pop a purple. And this salvia over here is really tempting, I mean. I think I'm going to grab some of that too. Because look, it goes really well with what's in my hand. Again, I'm robbing from a plant that's actually for sale, but I love using salvias in my flower arrangements. You've got this great line of color going straight up, different texture. It really makes the other colors pop and brings out the little tiny bit of purple in this buddleia. I am going for it. It's so pretty. All right, I found a couple of zinnias. clinging to dear life here at the end of November. And there's 2 or 3 here that are going to make it into at least one of the arrangements. I think I've got enough ingredients to at least to get a really, really good start on it. Let's head up to where I've got everything set up. And if I find something else along the way, I'll grab that too. Let's go. All right, I spotted one more thing out here. And this is a little Black Magic bachelor button. It's a cool season flower, actually edible as well, but I think it's going to look good. Don't know for sure, but I'm going to pick a few. I think it is going to look good. I'm going to pick a few of these really adorable little blooms to pop in around the edges and just see how it looks. I think this color, they call it black, it's really not black. It's a very, very deep mahogany kind of purple. That looks very fall-like to me. But of course it can go equally well in a summer or a spring arrangement if you wanted it to. Look where we are, isn't this pretty? Now let's see if I can put it all together into an arrangement that is gorgeous and that's going to look good for a couple of weeks, hopefully, on my kitchen table. Okay people, I've got some containers. Couldn't decide what I was going to do exactly, so I figured I would do 2. This really adorable, very bright bowl that's got gorgeous fall colors and a much more subdued one over here. I have some flower frogs from my collection. We're not even going to see them, but they are helpful. The other thing I'm going to do is put some tape across the top. Now I don't have floral tape because I do not claim to be a florist, but I do have Scotch tape. So that really helps to keep the flowers in place when you're doing the arranging. So yeah, make a nice little grid at the top. Then in a nice little grid, lots of places that I can poke the flowers and the foliage through, and enough room to put in the water as well. So I made a homemade floral preservative that I already have in the water. It's 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and 2 tablespoons of sugar, all dissolved in a quart of warm water. And that's what I'm going to put in here for my flowers, and it's going to help keep them going. All right, so we won't even see the Scotch tape by the time I'm finished with this. Got the floral preservative in here already, which is, like I said, vinegar and sugar. And these are spotlessly clean containers, because that's really, really important. You don't want bacteria shortening the length of your arrangement. This is all the greenery I bought from home. These are the extra color that I see in here. And I'm going to get started with that cedar that I picked, with a nice little nod to winter. Nice, fresh, new cut. I've had these in water since I left home this morning. Nice, fresh cut to keep them even fresher. Let's start with this one over here. And another one. Some of these really woody stems, to make them last longer still, you can even cut into them or hit them with a hammer. It'll suck up the water even better. And I brought some rosemary as well, which smells so good. And though it's not a conifer or anything like that, it does have an evergreen. It is evergreen and has the look of a conifer. So just adding a little more dark green evergreen look to that one. I'm stripping off the foliage along the bottom of each stem because you really don't want too much greenery in the water. You want as little as possible, because that can decay and cause your arrangement not to last so long. I'm taking as many of the leaves off as I can, giving it a fresh cut. But here's something I want to tell you. Get inspired by your own garden. See what you have outside and Let what you see in your garden tell you what arrangement you're going to bring indoors for your own house. Because it's fun. It's fun just to have one idea and have your whole mind totally change by the time you get back inside. And I may not even use all of this, but you know what I should do? I should lay everything out on the table so I don't have to poke around in a bucket to see what did I pick this morning. Weird, it's a really cold day today, and yet I'm feeling quite invigorated and warmed up from flower arranging now. Who would have thought that was a thing? But I love using rosemary. It smells so good, looks great. There's a great structure to it. Not as much of a flow. I'm using this one, the lower one, more as a flowy arrangement. This is going to be a little more upright, I think. Okay, I literally am making this up as I go along, and I find out that I am drawn more right this minute to the flowy arrangement. So I'm going to focus more on it because it's kind of hard to focus on two separate looks and arrangements all at the same time. I'll do that one in a minute. Right now, this is the one that's speaking to me, so I'm just gonna go for it. These olive branches have a really good drapiness to them also, so I'm gonna do that too. A little bit blue, blue foliage color, like that. Fresh cut every time. Oh, I like it. Now for some of the coprasma. This one here is called plum hussy, which I don't know where they got the hussy from, but there's definite plum color to the foliage. Coprasma is originally from New Zealand, and it's also called mirror plant. It's got this great glossiness to the foliage. So not only is it adding a color to this arrangement that wasn't there before, but there's a little bit of a mirror-like glow off the leaves that make it look extra pretty. And you get green and plum and burgundy all going on at the same time. I love this time of year. In spring and summer, we have so many blooms to choose from and so many bright roses and hydrangeas and all kinds of things to be the centerpiece. This time of year makes you focus on the foliage, colors, and textures so much more. I still have some flowers to use, but I'm having so much fun with this that the flowers are going to highlight it, they're going to make the flowers pop, and it's just going to be gorgeous. Fresh cut. Okay, almost ready. It's funny how meditative making an arrangement can be. And then you start getting in the zone and you're letting the flowers speak to you and tell you what you should be doing next. So this was that kufia that I picked from my garden this morning that I chose because I think it's going to make a great little filler, great little pops of color. It makes me smile, and it's got those fall colors I really like. And it's still giving me some foliage too, so it's kind of need it to go more horizontal. Here we go. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, one more of those. There we go, it's getting there. This is coming together. And I'm making such a mess, but I am so happy. So these pomegranates have lost a lot of leaves, but I may keep the twigs anyway because it kind of looks good. And it is fall after all, and a lot of the plants outside are deciduous. Actually looks really good. I don't know if you can see it against the orange of the table, but the pomegranate on my dining room table is going to look quite amazing. And I can tweak it, and I probably will, even when my arrangement is completely done. Quite often while it's on my dining room table and has been there for 3 days, I'll do something, change things around ever so slightly. Okay, and here we go. Now I didn't get any large, enormous centerpiece type of flowers. Again, practically December. I'm going to start by decorating with these little pops of color with these adorable little gomphrenias that I've got here. Oh man, don't you remember when you were little and you'd go out to your garden and you pick a handful of weeds and you would put them in an arrangement in your little fist or in a little jam jar. You bring them to your mom. That's kind of what this is feeling like to me. Very found objects, nothing too cultivated looking. And everything's making me smile. I'd bet if you went out in your garden right now, you would find a whole bunch of surprising ingredients for an arrangement you could make literally right this second. I challenge you, get on out there. This one didn't work. We are not using the zinnia in here. One thing about marigolds, they are definitely a fabulous pop of color. They don't smell the best. But luckily I've got some rosemary in here. I've got that wonderful little cypress that smells like lemon. And the marigolds kind of do settle down once they're in the arrangement. You don't really get the scent of them so much. Oh, this is making me happy. I woke up this morning knowing I wanted to make an arrangement. And when I was having my coffee in my kitchen, I envisioned all kinds of other flowers going into this arrangement, none of which were growing in the garden or looking good at that moment. There were no Coco Loco roses, which is one of my standbys. The white roses just didn't look right. But I am incredibly pleased with how this is coming out. I'm going to put those nice and low. And I know where to go if I need any more of them. This is really saying fall to me. I wonder, will these just disappear in here, or are they going to even be seen? Huh. You know, they're really cute. But there's so little that I'm going to cluster them together rather than sprinkle them throughout. These little black magic bachelor buttons are going to be in the one spot, kind of drawing your eye to the one spot of where they are. Now for these guys. A little bit more vertical pops with the restia flowers that I picked. I think I'm going to use them. I think they'll be really nice. Get a little more height. I originally had meant it to go more out that way, less on that way, so I'm going to use those restios to bring your eye that way. They're these odd little flowers at the ends of very long stems, and they definitely bring your eye up and over. I really can't think of a better way to spend a wintry Saturday morning than picking flowers and plants from your own gardens and putting them together into something amazing and natural looking, and it makes you so happy. Okay, I am definitely getting there. I need to see it on a different background though, so that I can see, is it everything I wanted it to be, or does it need a little bit more? So I'm going to move it in a second and have another look. I'm going to add a couple more marigolds. Make sure I take all the foliage, which I actually like the smell of marigolds, but I do know that some people really, really don't. The other nice thing about all of the structural foliage and greenery that I have in there, it can prop the flowers up. Some of these blooms are a little bit wonky. They're kind of sideways. They're on odd stems and they need some propping up. So my olive and my cedar and the pomegranate are all doing double duty down here. Okay, this is making me happier and happier, and if it needs anything extra, I can just run over there and get it. So the flower frog at the bottom of this bowl and the tape arrangement that I did at the top, both of them are keeping everything where I'm putting them. Plus the foliage is also helping quite a bit. And I did this arrangement so that it looks good from where I'm looking at. I'm going to turn it around for you in just a second. Okay. I think I'm done. Now my dining table at home is wooden, so it's not going to have the orange that this picnic table here that I've got has. So it's going to pop even better, I think. But I'm pretty happy with it. I can't decide, do I need to add in a spray of buddleia or not? So I'm going to do a little test run of it, stand back, stare at it. You guys let me know what you think. Does this add to it, or does it take it away, or should this stay out of this arrangement and go into my other one? Ooh, I actually like it. I think I'm going to keep it. I think I might add one more. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know what you think. I'm going to do this one really quickly just to show you that I've got pretty much the same ingredients, and it's going to end up entirely different from that one. Okay, I went down the hill to get a couple more bits of salvia to add into my arrangement today. I found a couple of other choices as well. I went ahead and got that gorgeous buddleia I was admiring earlier, the bicolor, because it goes so well with the salvia. I figured it's going to go really well with this whole arrangement. Hey, yeah, popping that in. I mean, one of the nicest things is you just cannot go wrong. If they look good in your garden, they're going to look good in a vase. Here we are. Yeah, it's a little bit haphazard and perhaps not professional looking, but that is not the look I'm going for, and it's not how I am. Really, what I go for doesn't make me smile, doesn't make me feel happy. Can I enjoy these plants close up, in the dark, in my house? Yes, I can. Did I grow these myself, either at home or at work? Yes, I did. So, life is good. I am nice. Of course, I'll be doing a different kind of arrangement for Christmas. It'll be way heavier on the traditional Christmas colors. But right now, you know, I'm Irish, so we don't immediately decorate for Christmas the minute Halloween is over or even Thanksgiving is over. I want to enjoy fall and the gorgeous blooms that are happening in fall before I move straight over to all the reds and whites and silvers, which I adore. But yeah, this is absolutely perfect for the end of November, beginning of December. Muted colors of fall, really pretty. Oh, I also found some yarrow when I was down there picking the salviate, which I'm just going to pop in because it's very, very pretty and complements the yellow that's going on in the Alstrom area. Just want to add in a tiny little bit of cedar because I love the shape of it, the way it's so, and the color of it. And it's a little bit of a nod to December and approaching holidays. I think one more thing, one more cedar over here. One more yarrow over here, and I'm done. So there you have it. I woke up this morning with an idea, and I definitely made a couple of floral arrangements, but neither one of these is exactly what I envisioned. However, I couldn't be happier. They are different. One's a very low bowl and has that flow going outwards. This is more upright, similar tones, similar blooms, but I'm really happy with both of them. And I had so much fun, and hopefully you did too. So get on outside in your own garden, go have a look, see what you've got, and make something gorgeous, and let me know how it goes. Come on into Cottage if you need to buy more plants for future flower arrangements. Be sure to say hi. If you can't do that, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, drop me a comment or two. I really want to know how you're doing in your garden, where you are, and yeah, just send me a picture if you can. I'd love to see what you can create. Yeah, till next time, my dears. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. Happy gardening. Take care. Bye-bye.